Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about this Atomic Bent Chetler 120. Super fun ski, definitely through and through a powder ski. Not tremendously versatile. You know, when you look at the scores from our ski test, you see huge scores for things like flotation and playfulness and maneuverability. You don't see super high scores for torsional stiffness or versatility, because at 120 underfoot with this shape, you know, it's fair to say that it's somewhat one-dimensional, and that's by design. It's designed to be really, really good in powder, and it's okay that it has limitations elsewhere because that's the intention here. And among powder skis, it's also relatively unique because it is more of a twin tip shape, more symmetrical, and with more freestyle influence than a lot of skis. This is Chris Chetler's true pro model. Excuse me. The entire Bent collection is inspired by Chris Chetler, and they are his skis. But this 120 is truly his pro model. That's why it gets the full Bent Chetler name. And when you think about how Chris skis, what he likes to do on skis, this is truly a reflection of Chris Chetler. So if you're looking to do similar things, perhaps this ski is going to be great for you. For 2025, the 120 and also the Bent 100 do get some updates. In this 120, the shape actually stays exactly the same, which we'll look at in just a second here. It's only the construction that changes. So this ski now has a slightly different core. So it's basically just more wood. Previously, it was a lightweight wood core. It's still a relatively lightweight wood core, but now instead of having the additives of kind of a fair amount of fiberglass and also carbon stringers, now we just have more wood. So both a thicker wood core, and it also extends further into the extremities of the ski. So it's actually their way of just having more environmentally friendly construction while retaining a pretty darn similar feel. Although I will say that the new ski, this new 120, just feels like a touch stiffer, kind of just particularly in the shovel compared to the previous version, but it is still extraordinarily playful. So don't take that as any kind of major limitation or downside. It's really not at all. This is a huge ski. I think we have the 192 here. Yeah, 192 centimeters in length, 120 underfoot, and we're barely over 2,000 grams. I'm at 2,011 grams on the scale. So it's still relatively lightweight. It's not like the ski got super, super heavy or anything like that. Still feels light on your feet, still feels very quick, still feels very agile. I mentioned that it does get a tiny bit stiffer, but overall, this is still a relatively soft, pretty round, playful flex pattern. The difference that I feel, and Chris kind of talked about this as well when I skied with him, is it's just a little bit stiffer kind of through this forebody section through the front of the ski. But kind of cool. They have new Horizon tech too. So if anything, like, I think the float kind of improved compared to the previous ski because this Horizon tech is a little bit longer, and it does a great job at kind of keeping the ski planing, keeping that tip on top of the snow surface. And you just gain maybe a little bit of stability at speed out of that slightly stiffer flex pattern. I talked about this ski being relatively unique in the sense that it has a lot of freestyle influence, and it is actually truly symmetrical in its rocker profile. So not symmetrical side cut, but the rocker profile itself, there's stated by Atomic, 30% of the ski is rocker, or 30% tip rocker, 30% tail rocker. That would leave, by the numbers, 40% of the ski camber. When you have it kind of in front of you looking at it, I feel like maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but there is just a ton of both tip and tail rocker and equal amounts at that. Super fun to ski. It is just awesome. We had really, really good conditions for testing a ski like this at our ski test. A lot of really, really good responses. Everyone that scored it gave it a 10 out of 10 for flotation, which probably isn't surprising at 120 underfoot with this rocker profile. It is incredibly playful. It's super, super easy to pivot, even in deep snow. Really easy to release the tail edge, slash and smear and do stuff like that. I find that it has that kind of classic, super fun, porpoising feel in soft snow, where it will kind of let you not dive, not sink under the snow, but it kind of just bobs up and down, which gives it just such a fun feel and such a playful attitude. There is a lot of camber underfoot, not by length, but definitely by height. That previous ski, the Carbon Stringers, gave it a lot of boost, a lot of energy, and a lot of pop. To me, if anything, they continue that, but here they really just do it more with this pretty robust camber profile. So kind of when you're doing that kind of porpoising technique through deep snow, you actually get a lot of pop and a lot of energy out of the ski. There are certainly things that this ski can't do that well. While it could ski a groomer, I certainly don't think that anybody should buy it thinking that this is going to be their groomer ski. I feel like a couple people have commented over the years how much they like theirs on groomers, and I would say that's a pretty unique application. It's also not the stiffest, it's not the burliest. If you're really looking for a big mountain charging ski, I would say you'd probably want something with both a flatter and stiffer tail. Go just kind of right over to the Maverick 115 CTI from Atomic, and that ski is going to give you more just stability, kind of more of a ski that'll prop you up on big cliff drop landings and stuff like that. The Bent Chetler 120 is better for skiers who are kind of looking to do nose butter 360s. Maybe you want to build some backcountry jumps, do a big switch 5 in the backcountry, stuff like that. But it's super fun even here in Vermont too. We had some great days on it here in Vermont, and you kind of proved that although 120 can often be overkill, it is pretty darn versatile as a powder ski. Not necessarily versatile as an all-mountain ski, but it can satisfy a lot of different skiers, and you can ski it in a lot of different places and have a great time on it. So that's it. That is the new 2025 Bent Chetler 120. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.